Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to our International Perspective webinar series with the topic of Etho Wellness, Royal Healing Traditions in Thailand, Indonesia, and Malaysia, from our honorable speaker who is from Burapa University International College in Thailand. First off, before we start the event, I would like to greet our honorable speaker for today, Dr. Kat. How are you today?
Hi, I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay, I see that you're doing really well. Are you ready for today?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, next, I will introduce our monthly project, which is the International Perspective Webinar Series. It's a series of international online knowledge lectures jointly led by the CMO-TED, China Asian Technical Education Corporation, and co-hosted by the Southeast Asia Youth Sustainable Development Foundation and GoStudy. The program is expected to invite 1 to 2 school faculty members to give webinars each month, aiming to enhance and enrich the growth of knowledge and broaden the horizons of learners in the Southeast Asian region by inviting experts from different countries and fields to provide high quality and universalizable online lectures that will help learners to acquire specialized knowledge through knowledge sharing and cross-cultural understanding. So, after we introduce the project, next, I will introduce our honorable speaker for today, which is Dr. Kanapat Kankel. Dr.
Yes.
Kanapat Kankel. He is an Associate Dean for Research, Innovation, and graduate at Burapa University International College of Thailand, an expert in human resource management, aviation, hospitality, and tourism management, a former aviation professional with experience in Finnair, Orient Thai Airlines, and IATA Training Center leadership, active international researcher and editor with numerous Scopus Index publications in tourism, airlines, sustainability, and organizational management, and frequently involved in international academic collaborations, research grants, and global conference activities across Asia and Europe. His professional fields are business management, human resource management, learning and development, airlines business, hospitality and tourism, marketing, organizational culture, public administration, leadership, French for hospitality, and airline customer services. So after we introduce our speaker for today, Dr. Kanapat, you may start your presentation for 70 minutes. The time and screen is yours.
Okay. Do you guys see my screen now?
Yes, I
Yes, sir.
can see your screen, sir.
Okay. So I'll start now, okay?
Yes, but it's not full screen. Oh, yes, it's already full screen now. Okay, you may
Okay.
start. Sir.
Yes, and thank you very much, Melodia, for your introductions. And good afternoon, everyone from Thailand. How are you today?
Good
Morning,
afternoon,
sir.
sir.
Thank you.
Good
Afternoon,
afternoon.
sir.
Thank
Yes.
you.
So, this is my research topic that I want to share with you, just sharing the knowledge and discuss some, idea about the wellness and lifespan and health span with all of you here. And my topic today is ethno wellness and royal healing traditions in Thailand, Indonesia, and Malaysia. It's actually this research I conduct with my colleagues from Indonesia and Malaysia. We have worked together for 3 universities from Thailand and that's 2 countries. So this is the outline and the topics for today that I want to share with you. The first one, we go to health span and lifespan and the gaps, and also we go to the concept of fitness and wellness of Cobbins. Now we call the Cobbins concept of fitness and wellness, and then we will go through the detail of my research, the ethno wellness, and also you will find out what is ethno means inside here, and also the key takeaway of the wellness for maybe the key topic for the research in the future. But before we go to further, I'd like to ask all of you here, do you know how many years that we live in this world in average year of the people in this world? How many years that we live in? The average age, we can say that. People living in this world, how many years?
25.
Pardon?
25.
25? It's too short. Yes, and yeah, this is good. Yeah, thank you for sharing. 25. Any other person, please?
65? 65?
65? Yes, 65. And some others, do you have average age of the population of the world? I see the global populations.
70.
70. Oh, that's almost close. It's close. 70.
Maybe 75, sir?
Yeah, 75 is around 74 years. Actually, this is from the research from the doctor I will share you later. They conduct the research about the population of the world. The average age of people, that this we call lifespan. We live in this world around 74 years. And do you know during 74 years, how many years that we have a good health, fitness, we don't have any sickness from 74 years first. That we live without sickness. We don't have any sickness. We don't have any disease. We have very good health. This is we call health span. How many years that we have? Can you guess during 74 years we're living?
40.
40? Okay, 40 years we have a good health span, but around 30 year, 34 year, we have like, all the sickness, 34 years. Any other person? Okay, actually, I'll show you. So this is the research, and the research from the doctors. They conduct the research about the world populations, about health span and lifespan. Let's see. Now, lifespan, that means during we were born and living until we old and die. So that is around 74 years that you guess. And a health span, that means the quality of our life we living without any sickness during our lifetime here, and it's around 64 years. So that means the gap between health span and lifespan, we have 9 years of sickness. Do you want 9 years of sickness? Actually, do you make a self-record sometime that, okay, in my life, I have 3-day sickness in this year, 2-day sickness in this year? Or I used to have a headache, a flu, a cold for a week on this month. No, we didn't record that, right? We remember all the good perspective and also the severe issues in our life. But actually, a human being, we have the sickness around 9 years in average, but it depends if you taking a good care of your health. That means you may have sickness less than a year, or maybe just 4 or 5 years, because you prevent you taking a good care of yourself. But in this time, we in society, the aging population is coming, especially in Thailand. I would say we have aging society, and sure, and this group of people, they may have a lot of sickness and they need very, specific care and very fragile for any disease. So the question arises once again when you are getting old or I'm getting older, we will waiting for the policy from the government or healthcare policy to help us, or you want to prevent yourself from the sickness from now on. That's mean the way you live your life. And I would say here, as the I mentioned earlier, the lifespan, life expectancy at birth until we leave this, we left the world, it's around 74 years, I would say, and we have a good health during 74 years is around 64 years. So the gap of the sickness, 9.1 year. You can imagine that, 9.1 year in actually how many days? It's around 3,000 days we have sickness during our lifetimes. You can imagine one day you have sickness, how painful, how severe of the pain you have, how suffering you have. For example, migraine for one day, headache for one day, or stomach ache for one day. We can imagine that. We don't want to have actually any disease or sickness. Okay, so from the research they say that a human life expectancy of human being is more wider. It's growing up. We have longevity. Selling is bigger because of technology, and that make our lives much better and live longer, and medications and expansions. Another question arises when I read this article. Do you believe that when we have advancement of technology and medication and treatment, do you think that the sickness gap will reduce or not? Because of the advancements of technology and medication, and our lifespan is much bigger, longer. That means in the near future, maybe more than 74 years, we can live more than like 80 years in average in this world. And the question arises when I read this, I would say, oh, that means the gap of the sickness is also will narrow down, right? Because of technology and medications advancement. Do you think so? But actually, from the research, we found even the gap, we live longer. This is from 6 continents. Even we live longer, you see, from the record of 2 decades. The global median gap, it's rose up from 8.4 to 9.1. Now we have 9.1 years of the gap, and the much more long gap is in Africa, and followed by Southeast Asia, Eastern Mediterranean, Europe, and Western Pacific and America, with this expansions of the gap, that velocity, and especially non-communicable disease that dominates in South Africa. The record, so say sorry, okay, and the forecasting from this research, they expect that in 2100, the gap is much wider. You see, it's not actually related with whether the technology advancement or medication advancement or the treatment advancement. No, it does mean nothing. This is from the predictions of the research. They say that in 2100, around 70 years in the future, The gap from 9.1% in each continent will, expand, will growing up, you see. The gap is growing up. As you see here, like Southeast Asia here, we have around 10.5 years wider. 10.5 years wider. So what should we do then if we want to protect ourselves, not having the sickness? We don't want to suffer from any pain or non-communicable disease like diabetes or something like that. The challenge, so they recommend that the policy implement, they should focus on sick care into healthcare. That means focus on healthcare rather than when people are sick and then they're taking care of them. But the challenge is the inequality of healthcare access in many countries and regions. Also, is a big problem, and also the rising chronic disease of today's world, the chronic rising disease, obesity, and that obesity maybe come from what we are eating, what we spend our life, and then it might affect to the non-communicable disease. And the path forward, what we have to do, we have to shift from the sick care to healthcare, and then the global healthcare access has to be, has to start at anyone when we travel to other countries or when we go somewhere, we may able to access to healthcare everywhere. And we use the innovation and technology that help to monitoring of this the behavior and sickness of the people. So this is the recommendations. But this idea has arise in my team that we want to do to research to do something about the wellness. So the concept of the wellness, Corbin's wellness, said that good health, wellness, fitness, and healthy lifestyles are important for everyone, for all people. So the Corbin's concept of fitness and wellness is mean that if you see these two tables, it's divide health and wellness differently. Health is much more reactive. It's reactive. And they use medical baseline when we have something wrong in our body, in our mind. So we go to the hospital, we have some treatments and medications. This is that, prevent us from any illness or disease. But wellness is much more proactive to gain optimal health. That means the lifestyle that we use our life in daily life, actually. They focus on optimal functioning of every part of our life that lead us to good health, a quality of life, and meaningful work and social contribution. From this concept of wellness, here is the dimension of the wellness. It's not just about the health. Inside here, we see it's also including social. So we start with physical first. Physical, that means your body is fit, meeting with daily demands. When we want to do something, we can use our body properly, and emotional or mental. Whether you have people have depressed or happy, and then they can deal positively what other issues might come, jeopardize our emotions. We can, escape ourselves, turn away from that issue, or our intellectual. We learn, we apply the information. We learn from other sources, other people, and then we apply. And social, that means the interaction, the relationship with other people in society. It's also including in the wellness year and spiritual. That means the insides of us. Everyone, we have beliefs, we have values. The values in our life will lead the way we live here. So all together, five issues will lead the way. Is this your choice here? If you see this diagram, is this your choice? Then that they call dual directional lifestyle continuum. That okay, you may choose for the illness, or we go to this side, a positive way for wellness. Okay, the lifestyle. Now that you are the one who who lead your health lifestyle, and then this picture also remind me about the words that you are what you eat as well. And you are what you eat as well. If you see the sentence down here, you see the wellness is the direct product of healthy lifestyle. The healthy lifestyle. You choose yourself, and also the product, the fitness of the product of regular exercise. Yeah. Okay. And all together, five dimensions have to be integrated for the wellness, not just only one or two, but all together, spiritual, social, emotional, intellectual, and physical have tied together. That will make us much more stronger living, happily, healthy life, and also social life. From the Calvin concept is come to this philosophy they call health. The H, it stands for health, and that they emphasize on health that leads to behavior and to promote your healthy life. Now, like the earlier picture I showed, you can choose whether a negative or positive healthy lifestyle. We can choose it, and everyone can benefit from what you do, and the lifetime. Healthy behavior is compound a lifetime. That means not practice only 1 month or 2 weeks or 3 months, but a lifetime exercise, living healthy life, having a good social interaction, learning, finding other new things, issues, and adapt into our life, make our life better and better. And it's about a personal system. That means the lifestyle is your own choice or our own choice. We are not the same, everyone. Okay, so you may choose what you prefer to do that make you living healthy, happily. Yeah. But in social, and also develop your intellectual. Now find something that benefit for your life. So this is about the Corbin's concept of wellness. Yeah. And here you see that circle of self-management, and then we should do life assess, self-assessment, the indicators of our needs to improve in health and wellness and fitness, in which area that we're still lacking, and evaluate. So, evaluate the personal information and determine your or our wellness status, risk factor might have, and also the existing you may have something that not so good, and you want to or I myself have something that's not so good, I want to improve it, and then planning have some goal to actively exercise or go to wellness using services of wellness, for example, when we're traveling. And here I finished 2 topics about health span, lifespan, and also Calvin concept of wellness. Do you have any questions so far? You can interrupt me at any time.
I'm sorry, sir, for the questions. Maybe we can ask them as in the Q&A session after you presentate, if that's okay.
Okay. So, for the research topic, the ethno wellness here, loyal hearing. Okay. And what is important is that the market of global wellness economy, we call wellness economy, is very big now. It's also growing up and up. If you see here, 6.3 trillion in the markets. It's cost a very big, and they expected to grow up as well. Each year from 2023 to 2028, it will growing up around 6.3% annually. See, and the dominant market is in APAC, Asia Pacific countries, especially in 2020. I have the record here. Now, Indonesia is a very big market, 36 billion, and Thailand 29 billion, and Malaysia around 24 billion. So it's come from the research that we want to dig deeper about the ethno wellness and tied to modern wellness. To add the value, So we define the ethno wellness here. The ethno wellness is about health and wellness practices that rooted in culture, specific culture, tradition, and passed down through generations and integrated with spiritual, medicinal, behavioral beliefs, for example. And in my research, the ethno is not just only indigenous practice, but we focus on loyal healing, and it's combined with source here, more explanation down below here. If you see, okay, ethnic specificity, now distinctive to particular group, and passed down through the time or transmitted to generation by generation, from loyal healing to the public or to civil, and then the holistic integration of physical, spiritual, emotion, and social dimensions, and also the ethno wellness practice elements. I will show you more what we combine in that ethno wellness practices, and then the context that every society, every context, countries, how do they adapt to local geography and beliefs and resources, and also how that evolving to modern wellness services in wellness tourism. Okay, and the 5 pillars of ethno wellness value here. Now, the first one, so the cultural preservation for sure. Now, we want to conserve our ancient tradition that passed down through behavior. So we dig into the history, the rooted practice of royal courts in each country, and then we want to record it and preserve it, and the differentiations of premium wellness and experiences from spas or wellness services that are tied to tourism for authenticity, and also the economic impact for sure. Now, if we have something very special, very unique from other general wellness provider, and also it would lead to health as well. That is not, beyond Western healing system. I believe that in every country we have some rooted practice of wellness, and that is very, very interesting to search for and combine in modern wellness. And for sure, when we adding to the services or wellness tourism, we have competitive advantage in the market. And here are the model of the quantitative research. Actually, in my research, we have two type of methodology. The first one, we found the information. We go to in-depth interview, focus group. For example, we go to the documentary research, like qualitative, and then we have the questionnaire to ask the customer who experience wellness in each country with this model, with loyal healing experience, perceived value, satisfaction, and revisit intention. Whether when they have an experience, how do they perceive value? They perceive high or low, they happy or not, and they want to come back or not, something, and compare with three countries. But we have to say that our limitations, if the sample size are different in Thailand, Malaysia, and also Indonesia. And we'll see later about the result. The elements of the practice, ethno wellness practice, what we include in our questionnaire, we examine like food, massage, spa, herbs and spices, and meditation and breathwork of each country practices. Just me some almost quite the same. Now, for example, herb and spices, because we located in the world geological area, the same almost the same geological area. Okay. Yeah. And the results here in Thailand is more open institutionalization model. If you see here, Thailand from loyal practice, from the loyal code. Okay, we have recorded things before Christ in 1455. Actually, we found Royal Massage Department founded, and in 1792, King Rama III has formalized the documentation at Wat Po. And at that time, we used the massage to heal people, to treat people, for the treatment for the sickness as well. During that time, a very long time ago in Thailand, and it's also open to society, and we do have a kind of support like the royal origin, and very proud of Thai people. Thai massage. I think everyone know about Thai massage. They're very popular, right? Have you ever tried Thai massage? And anyone tried Thai massage before? Okay. Yes. And Thai massage was UNESCO. UNESCO is documented as intangible cultural heritage, or นวดไทย นะครับ. And Thai massage, we have two types, mainly I would say general public, we call folk massage. That you use the massager, they will use elbow here, you use hand, use foot, everything on your body, they call folk massage. And along with local herbs and a sense of smells of herb and spices. But in royal protocol, royal practice, the bed for the massage is much higher. If you come to Thailand, you visit Thai massage, you can noticing if the bed is high, that means you can ask for royal massage as well. They know, everyone know. Okay, and royal massage, they use only finger like this, only thumb, most only thumb to put on your body. No elbow, no feet on your body, not at all. And the restrictions is that you cannot go on the back of the people who received your massage. Like if you are the customer, they won't go to the back of, actually in royal court, and they cannot go in the back of the receiver, massage receiver. You see, and also you see the receiver never face down, only lying up like this, never face down. So these are the differences of two types of massage. And this actually, we do have indigenous massage and blend with some neighboring country belief and cultures as well. But commonly in Thailand, we have folk massage and royal massage here. And it's much more, advancement in Thailand. We have the theory for massage, theory of nerves and sensory and nervous in our body. What we call it Sen Pratan Sik, Sen Pratan Sik theory. So this theory, we go to inside the body, nerve, and how does each one connect to each others inside of the body. Then where you have to place it. And actually, you see, we have 10 principal sense, energy lines that we cannot. Each 10 energy lines have different functions, and when you put it, it will link to other body functions. And this is also, if you come to Thailand, you visit Wat Po. Wat Po. Now you will see many documentations and then the picture, and also the sculpture, of Lucy Daton. How do they practice of the massage? Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, Thailand, we have two distinct massage system, royal and folk or commoner massage. Normally, royal massage is we provide for the king and high official people, but today you can ask for if you want to try. Okay, you go to the massage parlor and you can try that. Okay, I want to have royal massage. Do you have or not? But you have only finger and thumb only. Okay, the finger and thumb only may not. No, they will put in your body. No elbows or knees. Receiver cannot lie face down. Strict posture. Forward eye contact required and respectful distance maintained. But actually, normally royal massage today, they focus only here, only finger and thumbs only. Okay, and for folk or commoner massage in general public, it's much more flexible and will go throughout to your body. For the earth and spice knowledge transmissions in Thailand, here common healing. I think like every majority country in Southeast Asia, we have garlic, ginger, turmeric, lime, chili, mint, and shallot. That each one has a specific quality for health, and also the knowledge transmissions. In Thailand, we have oral tradition, family to family members, ancestor. Also, we have published and cookbooks, royal recipe documented. In Thailand, we very, as I mentioned earlier, very special. We are open now for people. So we have a royal recipe that provided to general public as well. In some restaurant, they might have some recipe from royal, royal meal. And as you see, civilian recipes also documented. And we do combine this knowledge into teaching and learning in universities as well. We have Thai traditional bachelor degree, Thai, Thai traditional Thai herb medicine, something like that, and also UNESCO recognition and nationwide spa training. And because of the government focus more and more today on the wellness and practice in Thailand. Now we have strong institutional documentation, voluntary knowledge sharing, and also UNESCO recognition. So we have very high perceived value from the customers and also revisit intentions. Yeah. For the result of the quantitative, I will share you later on, comparative to and with another two countries. Okay. For Indonesia, this is the qualitative result that we found. Paris secrecy model. That means they keep the secret in the palace, only in the palace, Indonesia. So we have like wall garden and premium of secrecy. So they keep secrets. Why we focus on Sumedang Palace? Sumedang is much more, practice on wellness and very popular, very well known palace that have this kind of wellness, hospitality and tourism. So wellness system. What they have, food stamping, physical food stamping on nerves nuts for the immunity and stimulation. It's just like the theory of Sen Pratansit in Thailand. Also, we do have a food massage. Yeah, it's quite the same, but in Indonesia, they have food stamping, physiological, and then they have chance to, control the breathing and spiritual. It's tied with religious and leisure relaxations. But in Indonesia, it's much more secret. I would say the close structure and reserved for loyal family members only, not to the civilian, And the good point, also a good point, if you see here, a good point is that scarcity and increase in prestige. That means something very difficult to get, very difficult to reach for. That's much more higher price, higher prestige for people. So it's worth once trying to loyal secrecy in Indonesia. If we travel to Indonesia, and you saw it elevates emotional value, it creates the emotion value, attracts authenticity seekers, and also justify premium pricing. If we tie to the wellness services for Indonesia. And for daily routine integration, over here, nutrition, daily schedule, herbal medicine, and spiritual practice. See, plant-based for calm, animal-based for energy. See, it's different if you eat plants more than meat, so you have calm mind, spirit, nutrition. And if you need energy, you should eat beef and meat, for example. But also be aware about gender specific and health. So that's mean from the beginning, from the concept of wellness. It is the way we use our intellectual, we learn, and we choose what is good for our health. It's about personal lifestyle. Okay, and daily schedule, an organized routine for meals and prayer, relaxations, and morning practices, and herbal medicine, like traditional preparation, prevent illness and regulate the mood, and spiritual practice, like religious that into the wellness routine. When we have belief, we have ritual, we have value on religious, so the calm mind and consciousness and mindfulness that stay with us and also make your health is good as well. Okay. For the secrecies and symbolic value in Indonesia, secrecy factors like written or oral is just confined to loyal parties only, like not sharing to civilian, very exclusive for loyal practices, and value for treasure, limited documentation. This is not maybe the weak points. Limited documentation is for today. It's very difficult to trace back to the history and found something very valuable that we can revive for the good things, the oral transmission only. But the symbolics show premium pricing, higher status perception, emotional value, and royal associations, and very specific authenticity. For Malaysia, we found is much more indigenous integration model, indigenous, because there are many tribes in Malaysia. Much more indigenous. You see the network and balance mechanism of Indonesia. Now we go to what we found. They practice specialized in application in Urut Bata. If I say something, spelling something wrong, please forgive me, okay? Now, Urut Bata, the bone setting for alignment and chronic disease in Malaysia, that is very, very good for treating the bone. And postpartum Urut for recovery, restorations of new mothers. And also, you see, the balance mechanism inside the body. It's not like Sen Pratansit in Thailand. This is the same thing. We have nerve system in Thailand. The theory in Indonesia also they have like foot stamping nerves, and in Malaysia, you see, it's quite the same, but the different practice, different. How do they treat and then believe and transmit to generation? Yeah. So they divided into vein and veins. Yeah. Ajin and Urat, vein and veins. The flow network, and the blood, the brain structure network that targets on pain, blockage, and also stagnation targets on strength and stability of the body. Yeah. And if we can align three countries together, this knowledge. Oh, it's quite the same. And indigenous modalities here, they also indigenous. We have herbs, herbal oils like aloe, turmeric, and galangal, and spiritual integration, like Lawatan Islam and healing ritual. So Indonesia is Malaysia is also tied closely with Islam belief as well. Besides the indigenous. It's not so much more on royal practice or royal court practice in Malaysia. There's a special application in Malaysia that we call bone setting, and also postpartum massage for new mothers, herbal oils integration, and also aromatic prayer. And they have lemongrass, sandalwood oils, they combine. And for Urut Bata for treatment of injury fractures or chronic disease. Okay. And then we encapsulate into the table from what we found in qualitative research here of the three countries with 5 issues: the origin, foundations, the access, distribution, a signature technique, herbal paradigms, and also cultural and spiritual. In Thailand, it's ancient documented root roots and formalized from 1405 to 5. It's a very long time. And Indonesia is with as I mentioned earlier, we focus on Sumedang Palace. For also they have written and oral, but exclusively for the palace only. And in Malaysia, we found indigenous Malay beliefs and also community roots. For the access and distributions in Thailand is much more open system, and Indonesia is closed system, and restricted to the palace courts only. And in Malaysia, oral tradition fused with modern spa. For the signature techniques, massage Thailand, like I mentioned earlier, we have two main types, royal and folk massage, that practice differently. In Indonesia, they have foot stamping, finger reflexing, and breathing. In Malaysia, they have hygiene urat and bone setting. For the herbs and Thai, in these three countries, I would say we located in quite the same geographical area of the globe, so we have almost the same type of herb and spice that practice for the healings, for the wellness of the people. Thailand is much more reflects on the Buddhist ritual about mind, body, and spirit, but in Indonesia also and Malaysia, this integrated with religious and routines life in Islamic region. For the strategic synthesis in this picture, in Thailand, we found that I would say this is about the quantitative results. I will discuss with you later on in next few slides. Yeah, but if we see that Thai, we have a very high open system, and followed by the documented in Indonesia and Malaysia. For the operational, there are 5 interconnected pillars of the ethno-wellness: herbs and spices, gastronomy or food, therapeutic of touch or massage, breathing, and spa. In this research, the 5 systems here interconnected. We start from herb and spices. The chemical of herb and spice show. If you read the research and published in, we can find very easy. Even in Scopus database, we have very many papers talking about herbs and spice, bioactive compounds, and how it's good for the health. And gastronomy, tourism, a type of cultural and drive destination selection via the authenticity and sensory engagement of the tourists. And also the physical healing of touch. It's a kind of psychological healing as well. I would say when we feel down, and we have someone to touch, to hug, that's show the feelings has become much better. It's a kind of neurological therapy as well. And also, if we touch much stronger, it's go to nerves to the bodies, and also it will help to relieve some pain. For the spa, mainly in the past we use water therapies, and today it's much more than that. We can use bioactive compounds. We can use herb and spice. We can use scents and smells as well in the spa. Now, along with the thermals and chemicals, that 2 things synergistic together. And for the breathing and meditations, show more than 3,000 years of Buddhist foundation, yoga or meditation or breathing. It's help relieve inside relief inside of the mind, and show when we have less stress, reduce the stress and show then every body functions will work properly. So for the first pillar from the 5 pillars that I show you here, I'm sorry, first. Okay. Now, for the first, we go in detail now from the 5 interconnected pillars. Now, the first one, health and spice and medicine. Now, this is more that you see more than 2,000 year Asian healing tradition, bioactive compounds, for example, antioxidants, antimicrobials, inflammatory, immune booster, or enzyme regulators. And the health benefits we can see very clear here. You see cancer prevention, diabetes management, chronic disease relief, and improved digestion, and cardiovascular. So the second one is about food, the food or gastronomy that tie with cultural wellness. Cultural wellness. It's come back with the words that remind me you are what you eat. Also can identify this slide very well. But every culture have very specific, very good food that good for health as well. Okay, so this is the very good to try. And each regional, each countries is the family recipe or community knowledge will tie with the food they eat. Okay, and then health benefit for sure, nutrition, healing, disease prevention, and wellness supports. And also for the tourism, right now we can see many scholars, many research, they do or conduct gastronomy tourism to show the authentic experience, sensory engagement, emotional connection, or revisit intentions. So, or the destination of choice here. In Thailand, we have many popular food like pad thai or curry or tom yum goong, for example, very special. And for the third pillar, it's much more, medical term, clinical term, I would say, clinical applications with the ancient practices, therapeutic touch and massage. One of the hospital in Thailand, we call Silirat Hospital, also have this kind of massage provided for the patients. They're usually thumbs to put on the patient's body. Now for about for physical release of tensions, reductions, and improved circulation, neurological, the nervous systems, and the psychological and emotional release, and also cellular microbial change or immune enhancements as well for that therapy. And pillar number 4 for the spa. The spa as essentially, spa, as I would say, a water-based therapy, cultural integration, spa service, medical benefit here. Can you see very good spa health, improvement, pain reduction, enhance and burn scar recovery, and mental wellness. So this is we collect from the research in thermal water chemistry, also eye health, bone metabolism, support mineral composition effect, and something. So spa is a kind of holistic wellness, and relaxation. When we stay in the water, massage, water treatment, mind, body, and spirit integration, very calm spa. For number 5, breathing. Breathing, as I mentioned earlier, in Thailand, we have, the influence from Buddhism, mindfulness meditation, And also yoga practices in everywhere now. Mantra chanting or body awareness also. This is the benefit. This is the other side of the spa. For the system rooted in Loyal Healing System. So in Loyal Port Healing System in Thailand, we again in summarization, Thailand, Indonesia, and Malaysia with Thai massage, herbal wisdom, and Buddhism. And Indonesia, Jamu traditional spiritual healing, and Javanese philosophy in Malaysia. Malaysia healing ritual, Islamic wellness influence, and multicultural synthesis or indigenous. And for the world comparative perspective worldview, healing approach, signature practice, and knowledge transmission and strength in Thailand and Indonesia and Malaysia here. We found again in Thailand, Buddhist Buddhism, balanced body, mind, spirit, Thai massage, monastic loyal lineage, and integration of holistic science. But in Indonesia, spiritual, harmony, natural, ritual, jamu, bore, and traditional method and heredity and community knowledge transmission, and rich in biodiversity knowledge in Indonesia. And Malaysia is also, they have very good indigenous and Islamic harmonies, faith, nature, and tradition, root, and Bersalin tradition, family, and cultural diversity adaptation. For the transformation to wellness industry, and almost you see the luxury wellness resource can apply also the authenticity and the practice of Loyal Court. Sure, medical tourism, cultural commodification, wellness branding as well. We can make an advertisement global demand for the arouse the global demand, elevate the demand, and also in digital wellness economy, as I mentioned earlier, it's very, very big market now. Many people now, they focus more on their health, taking care much more than the past. For the customer perceptions, quantitative finding, that we saw here that in Thailand, as because we conduct in 3 countries, so the sample are different. In Thailand, we have 400 people answer our questionnaire. Indonesia 328 and Malaysia 300. So the perceived value, how the customer rates authenticity normally in Thailand is very high and very high. They perceive that we provide very authentic massage, spa, or service type with contemporary wellness. Indonesia followed by 51% and Malaysia 20%. Since Thailand has a very strong institutional documentation, loyal heritage transparency, as I present earlier, Thailand, we are open system and we have documentation, but Indonesia is much more restricted, closed system, restrict for loyal family only. For the customer satisfaction and revisit intention, here if you see loyal heritage influences return visit. Now in Thailand, this is high. You see loyal experience to perceived value to satisfaction, 78% for a revisit rate. Indonesia, 64, and Malaysia. Why Malaysia is quite low, moderate or low? Because this year we focus on loyal heritage, loyal healing practices, but Malaysia is much more tied or integrated with indigenous group and communities. And the structural integration across the 3 countries, how the model can connect in each market in Malaysia. So you can present diverse structure the quality of the heritage of the indigenous group. You go each city, you have different things provide for the customer in Malaysia. For example, Indonesia, they have balanced structure, exclusive premium service from Royal, for example. But in Thailand, we can present like integrated structure or heritage advantage. We can, pinpoint of this issue. For the influencing purchase decisions of the 3 countries, it's also, if you see, Thailand is still very high. From this beta value, we comparing Royal Healing, ROH is mean Royal Healing, PCV we call perceived value, STF satisfaction, and RVI revisit intentions. The entrepreneur, we also recommend for the entrepreneur who do wellness service in each 3 countries. The entrepreneur can adapt our research, can use our research for their service. You see, we use the share heritage, and you see ingredient documentation, keep the record, also training practitioner of the entrepreneur wellness service, and then you see elevate the service to cohesive or transformative cultural journey, and then at the end you can charge a little bit more higher, 30 to 50% of authenticity premium price, because it's not easy to find, it's not easy to, it's not provided in general. Okay, so in the macro strategy, the imperative of policymaker for academic, for the government mandates, and also research frontier, they can adopt Thai openness to create financial recognition program, or Indonesia, sharing balance access and exclusive, or can adopt Malaysia, the inclusivity, support indigenous practitioner. So 3 area of adaptation is value to continue to use it. And also for the research frontier, it's not just left here in Southeast Asian countries, 3 countries, but you can connect to other countries with your friends. Like in India, they have Ayurveda. In Chinese, they have traditional Chinese medicine or Japanese onsen culture that you can use different methodological for the research as well. For the academic, as I mentioned earlier, now you can use like longitudinal customer loyalty study, neurobiological impact on techniques, cultural authenticity validations, or sustainable heritage tourism model. Even in Korea also, they have traditional healing tourism as well. So you can find more. No, I would say that we are not limited the knowledge and research specific in one country, but we expand it to other countries that we have. And show sustainable prototype, preserve, share, and prosper, preserve, share, and prosper. Environmental, show that the use of local organic product of herbs, incorporate biodegradable material, eco-friendly, so we can use this in the spas, in the wellness service, entrepreneurial, business and social, like you see training, certification program for authenticity or royal practices, or preserve oral knowledge through formal documentation, record it and share, and empower local healers, empower local healers for the socials and also for economic. So establish community-owned enterprises, market traditional products, and integrate direct with existing tourism infrastructure. For the key takeaway, summary in 3 countries here, Thailand, as I mentioned, already spoke to you. We have open system. Malaysia, we have pilot secrecy, and in Indonesia, indigenous integration. As Thailand, we have documentation, disseminations, and high value of perceptions and also revisit intention. And Indonesia, they exclusively for the people in the palace, the loyal family. And in Malaysia, you see less loyal influences. Yeah. And for the universal principle, we can think about cultural preservation, economic sustainability, and global competitiveness for the wellness. And I think it's very, it will be very good if we have our own country heritage, authenticity, and you see, we can provide use that what we have for premium services. Yeah. So these are the key terms in my research. The key terms in my research. I want to focus on we have ethno-wellness, intangible cultural heritage, cultural sustainability, healing, epistemology, heritage governance, cultural commodification, wellness economy, and soft power, colonizing wellness, and traditional ecological knowledge and wellness economy. And the framework for sustainable wellness tourism. Now, here for the ethno-wellness tourism, cultural integration, education, research have to continue. Environmental care and global collaboration is very interesting. And I saw in the academic sphere is still very few, and ethical tourism and also community well-being. Okay, so I think this is all for my knowledge sharing today. Any question, please?
Hello. Thank you so much, Dr. Kanapat, for the insightful presentation. Okay, we will move on after the insightful presentation. Once again, thank you so much, Dr. Kanapat. We will move on to the Q&A session. Now, for all the audience, you may unmute and ask directly to the speaker about your questions, or you can type it in the chat box and I will read them for you. But while you were presenting, sir, I have seen a lot of our audience who has already asked. Okay, I will read the first question. From Achala Saranga, what are the 5 main herbs used in Thailand?
5 main herbs normally which is like ginger, turmeric, onion, garlic, coriander that we eat everyday life. I think it's quite the same since Indonesia and Malaysia as well. We use in curry.
I see. Okay, so the next question is from Samir Jamatia. Can available on bamboo pole or stick-based massage in Thailand and South Asia countries?
Bumbo? I'm sorry, I didn't.
I think he's asking about, is there a a bamboo pole for when massaging in Thailand, like using
Can you
bamboo
type
pole.
in chat box bamboo bowl? I didn't get the word. In
Uh,
Thailand, we, as I mentioned, we have two types like royal massage and folk massage or commoner massage.
okay,
Mm.
okay. And then there is also another question from Mr. Fda. Dear Dr. Karapat, what an insightful presentation. If I may ask to you first, so she asked two questions. The first question is, you mentioned that Thailand uses an open institutionalization model for wellness tourism. How can other countries balance cultural preservation with public accessibility?
So in Thailand, it's much more open system from the royal to the public, and in Indonesia, it's restricted in palace. Oh, and Malaysia, it's much more in indigenous knowledge, right? And for the dissemination to the public into countries, I think this we have to do research. Now, dig what we have, what the ancestor or the heritage, cultural heritage that you have in your countries, and you dig deeper in details. We do research and we disseminate the research to the public, like we did in 3 countries here. Like Thailand, Malaysia, and Indonesia here. We also go and dig into the research, what we have as a cultural heritage, ethno-wellness. How do they practice? And then we get the idea, and then we can share, and that people will know. If you want to, to run as the entrepreneurial business, for example, so wellness service. Also, when you have the information, you can, integrate that knowledge into your service. It will add more value to the customer. I think I answered the right questions.
Yes, that was such good answer, Dr. Kanapat.
Yeah.
And also she asked another questions. So she asked, since you also working with Indonesian experts, in your opinion, what challenges might Indonesia face in maintaining the exclusivity of royal healing traditions while still promoting wellness tourism internationally?
Indonesia is much more secrecy in the past, but today, like I mentioned earlier, it's not just the negative side, but it's good. When we have something scarcity, something that's very difficult to get that, it's much more higher value. Because commoner, a general public cannot access, cannot get that service. But once you can dig, you can file, and you show that this practice is very limited in Indonesia only. So if you want to try, you come to Indonesia, you travel to Indonesia, you have only in this area, in this community, you can show that community, that area around Sumedang Palace only have this service. In other provinces of Indonesia, in other area of Indonesia, you may do research, conduct cultural heritage research. And if you found something very special, very authentic, very unique, rooted in Indonesia, you also can provide something like that. So people can connect, like from Sumedang Palace, secrecy, they go to other area, Balinese, they go to other country, other area of Indonesia. I believe that Indonesia is big countries and they have many variety of service like this, and cultural.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Kanapat. I think that's such a good answer. For Ms. Ripda, I hope that answer your questions. And then there is another question from Nirvana G. Hello, Dr. Kanapat. I have a couple questions. The first question is, Do Thai massages ease stress muscle more than normal massages?
Normal massage and what? Again, please. I'm sorry.
Okay, I will repeat the question. So he asked, do Thai massages ease stress muscles more than normal massages?
Thai massage normally, if you come to Thailand, you go to the massage parlor. The massager, they know where to place, will make you more relaxed. If you have symptom, you can tell them where you pain, where you want to relieve the symptom in your body. They know where to place on your body. So it depends on the customer, I would say in Thailand. You tell the massager that you want to relax only or you want to relieve your pain and tell where is the pain. Okay. So it's your choice, Thai massage. Or you want them to use oil, herb and spice oil as well, along with the massage, or you was like a hot, what we call a hot towel with herbs also, they can provide to you. Okay.
Okay. And then he also asked another question about the walled garden. Does the meaning come from the premium secrecy since they are from the they are for the royals?
Yeah.
Okay. So the walled garden is the meaning comes from a premium secrecy.
Yeah.
Okay, and then he also asked another question: what ancestral or cultural rituals bring the body the most peace?
The cultural ritual.
Yes, what ancestral or cultural rituals bring the body the most peace?
I would say it depends on each individual, how you feel, how would you treat yourself, how you feel that you feel relaxed, you feel. It's depend on each person. For me, myself, when I do meditation, I feel very relief. I feel very relaxed. I feel very fine than massage or spa, for example. Somebody may not, somebody may like, oh, I like to have massage, it's much more relaxed. Somebody might have spa, or somebody might like eating something very good that, okay, feeling well, and also exercise something. But the wellness, as I mentioned earlier, is not just only a single one or two things that to do together, but you have to integrate, right? Both like what say physical, mental, and social and emotions and everything together.
So, the most peace comes from the inner first.
Yeah, from the
Right.
inner.
Okay, and then his last question is, what traditional food recipes or spices from each heritage provide the body with the best nourishment and energy?
Traditional recipe. I cannot say which one is best. See, for the, but in this sense, I would say it's, like I say, it's depend on each individual. Sometimes when we eat something, we might allergic. We are not fit for that kind of herb and spice. For me, now when I eat like hot and spicy food, Thai food, I will be very fine. And somebody might allergic to some nuts, some garlics, or example. So it depends your body that goes very well with herb and spice. And then it's also we use herb and spice for food.
That's
You
right.
you have to select which is best for you, as the wellness, also one of the wellness issue is intellectual, that we learn and then we adapt and use it in our life, our personal life. You are the one who know yourself better than other, right?
Right.
When you eat this thing, okay, your stomach is very good, very fine. When you eat this thing, or you're not happy with that.
So it depends on the person's taste
Yeah.
and yes, which one they prefer. Okay, and then another person asks, his name is Eka Purnama dan Haila Sabrina. Mr. Kanapa, thank you for your presentation. I appreciate. They want to ask a question. How will we make young generation use herbal for their healthy, as we know that this generation choose to use medical medicine?
We have to, to transfer the knowledge, to make them appreciate our cultural heritage. And also, they need to understand the good point of the local or cultural heritage, local ingredient, or organic food. I think many people is now they have something very organic, and the organic food, clean ingredient or something that's very expensive. And I think everyone know that, but you can use social media or TikTok, whatever platform, to show that when you grow something yourself and eat, and that's can arouse elevate the feeling of eating something good, okay, taking something inside our bodies as well. We can use social media to attract new generation, I think, but we have to expose the idea of the good points of the cultural heritage.
I see. There's also there's also a lot of trends right now drinking organic
Yeah.
drinks or like that. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, like ginger shots, there's a trend of that. Okay, and then the next person is Azam. He asks, what role do younger generations play in preserving and continuing traditional wellness knowledge in Southeast Asia?
Can you repeat the question once again?
So he asks, what role do younger generations play in preserving and continuing traditional wellness knowledge in Southeast Asia?
Mm-hmm. So I would say that the sharing of the knowledge, documented, sharing knowledge, and continuing research on the topic that you are interested in, the cultural heritage in your countries, for young generations, and also expose the ideas and the results of research in maybe social media or publication, like published in the journal, something. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much for the answer. Azam, I hope that answers your question. And then there's a question from Joyceful Miracle Bleskadit. So they ask, hello sir, thanks for the knowledge. I have one question. As someone who has an irregular sleep schedule and rarely exercise, what practical steps would you recommend to gradually build a healthier lifestyle and improve long-term health span?
To improve a healthy, I see, someone who has irregular sleep schedule. Okay, for irregular sleep schedule, normally I think we have to adapt ourselves, when try to change your habit, behavior, as I shared earlier about the wellness. It's about individual behavior, whether you shoot positively or negatively. I think everyone know what is positive and negative behavior, and these questions also aligns that you recognize very well about the irregular sleep is not good behavior. So I recommend you first change your behavior of regular sleep. If you sleep like 10 o'clock, make it 10 o'clock every day as a commoner, as a daily habit. Try to change that behavior, and I think you then wake up 7 hours or 8 hours of sleep, okay, and then you spend your life. And for sure, the healthier lifestyle, it's not just only sleep, okay, as the 5 or 6 issues that I have mentioned earlier, that you need to practice along with the sleeps as well.
Okay, thank you for the question. Next is from Reg R. In what ways the 5 pillars can contribute to sustainable and healthy community in Gulf countries?
So the 5 pillars may be different from Gulf countries, yeah, because we conduct in Southeast Asia 3 countries, but you can adapt into the Gulf countries, and also first you have to dig and research deeper in the health and wellness in Gulf countries. Also, I learned that you have Bedouin lifestyle, you have like tea, drink, or whatever in the Gulf countries, and you may have something differ pillars from us. It's very interesting to research in Gulf countries, I would say. Very interesting. You might find something new than here as well.
Okay, I think that is all the time for the Q&A session. Thank you for all the audience that have asked all the interesting questions, and thank you so much, Dr. Kanapat, for the insightful answer also. And then next, we will have the group photo session. So for all the audience, please turn on your cameras and use the virtual backgrounds that have been sent by my colleagues. And then we will have a group photo session together. Okay, I'm sorry, Dr. Kanapat, can you turn off your screen sharing?
A moment, please. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's good. It's already turned off.
Oh, okay.
Okay, for the audience, please turn on your cameras and use the virtual background that is in the chat box so we can have a group photo session together. And also, I would like to say that if you are interested in our next event, like this event, the webinar, and we also have an international expert sharing event and a youth talk, you can go to our website at Pasita and our Instagram account, which is at pasita.education. For the website, there will be the link in the chat box that will be sent by my colleagues. Okay, is everyone ready? Miss Rifda, if you would like to take a screenshot, I will begin the countdown. So we will have a group photo session in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Again. 3, 2, 1. Okay. And then, okay, that will be the last of our session for today's event. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating in our International Perspective webinar series, and also a big thank you for our speaker today, Mr. Dr. Kanapa. Thank you so much for your time for
Thank
today's
you,
webinar.
everyone.
Yes, it was such an insightful presentation, and it gave me a lot of insights of longing my health span and in my culture, because I'm from Indonesia and I learned a lot from that as well. So, and a lot of audience are also from Southeast Asian countries, so they can relate to your presentation.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Mr.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, for everyone, do not quit the meeting first. Please fill in the attendance link to get your certificate of participation that will be sent by my colleagues in the chat box. And also, as I have mentioned earlier, if you want to know about our events, you can check out our website and also our Instagram, which is at pasita.education. Thank you so much all for your participation, and see you on our next event. Bye.
To all participants, once you fill in the attendance link, please kindly check your email because the e-certificate will be sent automatically once you fill in the attendance link. Thank you.